Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm sorry it's been so long since I uploaded any videos. I've been really busy, as you guys know, with my two webtoons, and I've kind of been prioritizing that. But I've been thinking about wanting to still upload more YouTube videos, and I thought a good way to do that would just be kind of to do these simple discussion videos where I can talk about like certain subjects you guys want me to in relation to art or manga or like whatever you guys want me to talk about. So that's why I'm back. So I'm gonna try to do these kinds of like just small talking videos, not really edited much, and see if you guys like that. You can feel free to let me know what you think if I do some videos like that, because I simply just don't have time right now to do like my fully edited YouTube videos like I did in the past. It's kind of sad too because I actually have another tutorial video already recorded, but I've just had no time to edit it at all. And I did have someone helping me with the edit, but he's like really busy and he's really busy with college and other stuff too, so I don't really want to bother him too much. So that's why I've just kind of been away from YouTube for a little bit. So I'm sorry about that. But thank you to new people who are subscribing. I really do appreciate it. I wasn't really expecting that, especially because I haven't been very active here. So I'm gonna try to be a little bit more active just by doing these more like simple videos and stuff. So I'm gonna see if that works out, and yeah, like I said, you guys can just let me know what you think about that. Okay, so the thing I wanted to talk about today was someone mentioned that I mentioned in another video that I went through a time where I had kind of an art block and couldn't draw much, and someone wanted me to discuss that a bit more, so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So Alright, so first, I don't really get art block that much anymore because I'm like constantly drawing and stuff, and it's usually not that much of a problem for me to draw now, and I usually like a lot of the stuff I do. But I remember I had a really bad art block when I was in high school, and that's kind of like the time period I wanted to talk about. It lasted a couple of months, I would say, and during that time I had a really difficult time being able to draw at all, or when I did draw, I didn't really like at all what I did, and I just like kind of felt awful about everything that I would draw. So yeah, that was a little bit of a difficult period for me. And like to start from the beginning, I'm not really sure when it started. I know I was about like 15 or 16 years old, and I don't remember like the beginning point that made me get into an art block, but I think for a period of time I was thinking about what I kind of wanted to do with my art and with my career and life in general when I was in high school. And I started to feel kind of discouraged because when I was younger, I would see a lot of posts online saying like, if you don't live in Japan, you can't become a manga artist, or like, construction, stop. Like, I'm gonna wait for that to go away first. Please stop. Maybe I should close the window. Hang on, give me one sec. Okay, so I closed the windows. Hopefully, you won't be able to hear the construction too much. I'm sorry if there's still a little bit of background noise, but hopefully that helped a little bit. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so when I was younger, I was kind of seeing posts that, like, I can't become a manga artist in the US or outside of Japan or whatever. And I kind of understood what they meant because, like, there aren't that many jobs available, or there weren't at the time, for people who wanted to draw in that kind of style. So I did understand in a way where they were coming from. So I was trying to think to myself, like, how could I make this work for myself? Is it really worth it to try so hard? And at the time, like, I felt like my art wasn't really that good compared to a lot of other people. And I think that was kind of my second problem, like, and it's still something I deal with today as well, like comparing myself to other artists. Like I was maybe 15 or 16, and then I would see artists that were like 13 or even 12 or something that were drawing at levels like way above me, I felt like. And I was just kind of like, okay, well, obviously I can't draw like them, so I'm not like talented enough to do that or something like that. Like, if I wasn't able to draw at that level by my point, then like, was I really talented enough or good enough to become a manga artist in the long run? Like, that's kind of how I was feeling at the time. And it kind of really got me down because I was just like, I'm putting in this effort, but is it really worth it? Because I'm not gonna, even if I tried, I'm not gonna be as good as these artists or whatever. So I was just kind of like thinking about that stuff a lot, and I just kind of got caught in that headspace. And I've also always had like pretty bad problems with like anxiety and stuff. Hey guys, sorry, my camera ran out of space, so I had to delete some stuff. But anyway, what I was talking about is that I started to deal a lot with like anxiety and stuff, especially in relation to my art. So I kind of wanted to escape from that and didn't, obviously didn't want to feel that way. So whenever I started to draw, I felt like anxiety was always kind of connected to it. Even if I went to like an anime convention or like saw art on DeviantArt back in the day. I don't really use DeviantArt as much anymore, but anyway. So like whenever I saw people's art that I thought were like really, really skilled or just like in general better at drawing than me, I would feel kind of drained or anxious in a way because, or jealous pretty much, because I'd be like, I can't do that myself, so I'm obviously, I always kind of attached the big part of my identity to drawing because that was like one thing I was really good at growing up, or that was the way I felt because like, adults complimented me on it a lot or something. So I kind of attached my identity to drawing in a way, and when I did that, I feel like that's kind of what caused my anxiety because it's not just when I saw people that I felt like were better, it wasn't just like an attack on my art itself. It was kind of an attack on me, it felt like, even though obviously that was not what the artist intended to do. That's how I kind of took it mentally. So because of that, when I was around like 16, I believe I kind of stopped drawing for a while because I was just comparing myself to other people to the point where I was like, there's no point, I'm never gonna be as good as that. And I just started feeling that way for a while. And it's kind of weird because it's not like there was a point where anyone said anything like, oh, you can't do this or that or blah blah blah, or like your art isn't good enough or something like that, but I just kind of internalized that to the point where I kind of reached a breaking point, and then it was hard for me to draw after that. And that was a little bit of a difficult period, obviously, because I really love drawing and it's something I enjoy. Sorry, I was petting my cat. So if you see me doing that, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, because I really enjoyed drawing, but I stopped myself from doing it because I was just like, well, I can't be the best, so there's no point in it at all. And now I feel like that's just kind of a silly way of looking at it because I think my way of thinking about art has kind of evolved, and I don't really view it as like, okay, sure, there are people who are very, very skilled, obviously, but at the same time, art is about like people's individuality as well. Like everyone creates art in their own way, and even with like manga and comic art, like there are some people who have like this kind of influence and some people have like this kind of influence, and that all depends on your life experience as well. And I think because of that, everyone's gonna create art in a different way. So in the end, there's no reason to like compare yourself to other people, because even if you think like, oh, this is like the kind of artist I want to be but never will, or like, what was I just thinking? Like, this is the kind of skill level I want to get to, but they already got there, so there's no point in me trying to get there, like, that kind of stuff is just, I just realized was pretty much all in my head, because it's not true at all. And as I kind of, like, worked hard and developed my art, I don't really feel that much of that insecurity anymore, because I worked on my weaknesses and kind of learned to break through them. Like, for example, I wasn't very good at anatomy or drawing anatomy, so I did lots and lots of figure drawing when I was in college and like worked really hard in my classes and on my homework. And even now I still do like a little bit of just model drawing from like figures I see online or like from photographs or whatever. So because of that, I feel like I was able to kind of break out of that insecurity more. And I feel like that helped me out a lot. And I think what kind of helped me break out of it at the time as well was I just kind of had this realization that, you know, art is something I love to do and I'm not gonna let anyone stop me from doing what I love. Like, I just kind of suddenly got that thought in my head, and I feel like for me that just like broke me out of that, you know, kind of toxic way of thinking for myself. And I realized I don't have to try to compete against others so much. Like, maybe a little bit of healthy competition's okay, but I should mostly be creating art that I enjoy, that's for myself, not like, you know, just drawing what appeals to the most people or something like that. Like, for me now, art is more of kind of a therapy, especially because I do like to draw a lot of like darker themes, and I do like to draw about like a lot of my illustrations relate to anxiety and whatnot, and I feel like when I draw that out, it helps me to feel a lot better, and I feel like I wanted that to be more of my priority now. And I noticed that like when I'm true to myself with my art, that actually conveys to other people as well. Like, since I started doing that, I feel like I get so much more of a positive reaction for my art than I used to. Like, people like connect with it a lot, and that makes me like, you know, just really happy in the end, because since I was honest with my feelings and kind of you know, followed my own vision for what I want to do rather than just like, you know, drawing a certain style because it's popular or I think it's better or something, you know, like I kind of started to try to avoid doing that and just draw what I really, really like. And I feel like that helped me out a lot. So, yeah. I'm not sure if I have really anything else to talk about on that subject. I had another kind of similar art block when I was in college, but it was like for a much shorter period of time, not like a couple of months. It was maybe like a few weeks or something, where I kind of felt discouraged. I was like, oh, am I really gonna like, you know, am I gonna change? Am I really gonna enjoy doing manga forever? Maybe I want to do something different in the future. But I kind of realized like drawing manga is just something that's kind of stuck with me throughout time. So that's just kind of become my thing, at least for now. I don't know if I want to like change in the future or like do something else. I feel like my idea of what I really want to do has kind of changed in some ways, but in the end I still just want to, you know, create art and do what I enjoy. So yeah, I'm just happy I get the opportunity to do that now. So if you have any comments, or if you've ever like experienced art block or whatever, feel free to let me know in the comments and we can have like a little discussion about it. And yeah, if there's anything else you want me to talk about, feel free to let me know as well. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do more of these videos soon. I am leaving for Japan in a week, so I am gonna be gone for like 2 weeks, but I do want to record another video after this one, so hopefully I can have another video out before I go. Hopefully. Like, I'm not gonna promise anything because I'm not always the best at keeping promises, even if I try a lot, because I overwork myself to death. So I'm gonna try to avoid that. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, feel free to like this video or subscribe if you want to see more art-related stuff in the future. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!